Good morning and welcome to Math 135 Online Finite. The purpose of this video is to go through the web page and show you how things work and go over the general guidelines of the course so that you can get started and start getting work done. So when you log in, you'll be on the home screen. You'll see all this stuff here. The very first time you log into this web page, hopefully you read the announcement, you're listening to this right now. You'll want to go down to My Lab and Mastering and click on that link. And I've already connected to the book, so yours will look a little different than this. But when you click on this link, you'll have the option to either purchase the book at this time or to do a 14-day free trial. And so you're going to need to buy the My Lab and Mastering software. If you went to the bookstore and bought an access code from the bookstore, you can put that in. Otherwise, if you haven't bought that, you'll have to put the access code in at this time. So you'll click a few buttons, you'll go through, you'll get the My Lab and Mastering set up, you'll have to buy a code, and then you will proceed. One thing I do want to point out is go to the syllabus. So we're going to scroll down a little bit right here. This right here is not an access code. All right, these are not access codes. This is the ISBN. This is the number that you would give the bookstore to find the book. And you will not need this textbook. Just get the access code if you're going to buy it from the bookstore, because there's an online textbook that comes with it. So I would recommend, if you do go through the bookstore, just to use this code. But when you go to My Lab and Mastering, you can buy it straight from Pearson as well. Alright, so let's start up here with the announcements. That is the first thing that you'll need to focus on. I make announcements every week, and it is very important that you listen to every week's announcement. If you miss certain information, that information will be in the announcements. So go there every week. It should be up first thing in the morning on Monday. Next, let's go to the syllabus. Here's where you have instructor information. Email is the best way to reach me if you have a question. And here's office hours. So, other than that, there's really not a whole lot you would need from the syllabus. You can read through the outline, the policies, and whatnot. Due dates, everything's going to be due on Sunday nights at 11:59 p.m. Very important that you get started early in the week. If you wait till the weekend, something bad can happen. You can have internet trouble, then you won't be able to submit it. There are no extensions on deadlines. So make sure you start early in case you have a problem. Alright, let's see if we keep coming down here. The exams, there's 2 exams. They're proctored exams, which means you have to go to an Ivy Tech testing center for that. If you cannot go to an Ivy Tech testing center, if you're out of state, you can use ProctorU. Talks a little bit about that somewhere down here. Maybe not right here, but there's a tab for that later. So you will need to use ProctorU if you cannot go to an Ivy Tech testing center. Another important note, this has happened probably every semester I've taught this, but it is cheating to use a website other than Canvas. So you can't use online calculators and online matrix solvers when you take your test. I note that several times throughout the course, and if you do that, you will get a 0 on your test. So please don't do that, because I don't like to have to go through that. Alright, so kind of once you've looked through the syllabus, and once you've connected to My Math Lab, then if you come down here to the end of the syllabus, you can see kind of the blocks of work and when they're due. So here's every Sunday, and every Sunday there's going to be homeworks and quizzes due, and sometimes there's discussions. So to get to these homeworks and quizzes, the easiest way is just in the syllabus, just click on it. Okay. Now it'll take you to the homework. Now, if you're not registered on My Math Lab, if you haven't done clicked on this tab and done that, it won't take you here. So here we are. So I'm at the homework. I can click on question 1. I can do question 1. All right, so you solve that, save it. You get unlimited attempts on the homework questions. So do them until you get them all right. There's no reason to not have 100%. All right, and then if I go back to syllabus, I can scroll back down and I can go to the quizzes. This is kind of nice because everything is blocked here. This is all due on Sunday the 21st. This is all due Sunday the 28th. So it's really nice to keep track of that. Sometimes you got to be careful because like on this Sunday there's 2 homeworks due. This is the big week. Now all of these assignments, everything on here is actually open right now. So you can work ahead, but these due dates will not change. So if you're thinking, wow, there's 2 assignments due on the 4th, and you get done with this stuff early, go ahead and work ahead. Okay, so you can definitely work ahead. The only thing you can't work ahead on is you can't take the midterm early or the final early. All right, so let's go back to, let's see, not it for that. So let's go to the next tab is modules. You really don't need to use this tab if you go through the syllabus. This just has links to the module 1 and all that. One thing that's kind of nice on here, this probably we'll only use it. Let's go module 2 learning activities. Here's where you can get to the different notes. Okay, so here's the reading notes you would do. There's some video examples. So this is kind of the links to your textbook. Okay, so you can also get to that through MyLab and Mastering, but through modules you can get to the textbook as well. There's a grades tab. And I'm going to talk about discussions real quick. So if we go back to the syllabus, if you need to answer a discussion, say discussion 1. So you'll click on discussion 1. And here we go. So for this discussion, you'll need to tell us your name, area of study, where you're from, what makes you unique. So you'll post this, and then you're going to reply to a minimum of 2 of your fellow classmates. All right, so go ahead and do that. Response, you don't start that early so people have a chance to respond to you, and you can respond to other people. These are 5 points apiece, so just make sure when these come up that you do them. All right, that is about it. Right now the discussions tab is kind of grayed out, so I need to make sure to activate that. If you have any questions, just make sure you send me an email. You can call that phone number you saw, but that's much more difficult for me to respond to because I'm typically not sitting in my office. So if you send me an email, I can get back to you much faster on that. One final thing, let's go to calendar. Calendar's kind of neat. Let me go ahead and turn off this course and turn on your course here. So your calendar also will show you when certain things are due. So you can see for your calendar, so it's going to be a bunch of due dates on Sunday. A bunch of due dates here. One thing I want to point out is right here on March 2018 when we have the midterm test. It has it right here on Sunday the 11th. This is the final date. So you have this entire week, the 5th all the way to the 11th to take that test. You don't have to take it right on that day. You have this whole week for that. Okay, and I'll mention that as well as we go through. Same thing with the final. We go to the last month here. It has it on the 13th, but you have this entire week to schedule and take that final. All right, and so that is kind of an overview of the course. Remember, the very first thing you need to do when you go to your course, click on the course from Canvas, go to MyLab and Mastering and make sure you get the software. If you don't actually buy the software and link your account to it, when you click on homework, nothing will happen. So make sure you do this MyLab and Mastering tab first. All right, so good luck this semester, and any questions, send me an email.